Darlings, it's Mummy, Sybil Bruncheon, and I'm still in New York City. We're preparing for George's appearance tomorrow on Sherry Shepherd for the red carpet wind-up, his red carpet review of the do's and don'ts of fashion in Hollywood for the Oscars. Anyway, here we are. I'm in the garment district, as you can tell. Here's the wonderful old statue that is the dedication to the wonderful old tailors and sewers of the industry. And here's the giant button, which was put up years ago. And what I think is funny is in the time that I'm gone, first of all, they've painted the button yellow, which I don't know why they did that. And they've also threaded the button, the needle, and then there's thread going through it. And it used to be, what used to be wonderful about this, let me show it to you, was that it was this wonderful cantilevered giant sculpture with the needle, right, the stainless steel needle, holding the button at an angle and it just floating there. And I come back and now they've got all this steel and chrome piping going through it as threading and helping, I guess, to support it. So maybe they were afraid that eventually this would become another 6 o'clock news catastrophe where the button had finally given out and had fallen over and crushed 4 tourists from Toledo or something. Anyway, they've gilded the lily as far as I'm concerned, because there's the threading, and it's just not nearly as exciting as it used to be when it was just that needle, and you can imagine if you have never seen it. Anyway, the other thing that I'm amazed by, and New York is constantly changing itself. I love the falafel carts. I love the halal and soubrette hot dog carts. I'd actually like to own one of those someday. I've seen some that are just the most amazing design, and I don't know that I'd have teletype running around the top of it like the Newsday building, but I wouldn't mind having a little snack cart like that and opening a Sybil's Bruncheonette. Maybe a little bit bigger than that one, but definitely cute and fun. Anyway, what I was going to say was New York completely dines on itself and just destroys itself and tears itself to pieces. Oh, there's Tommy Hilfiger's flag across the way. And as you all know, I worked for Tommy Hilfiger for years. So did George. But the thing that I'm so distressed by is that this used to be the fashion industry's answer to the Hollywood Walk of Fame. They had bronze plaques in the pavement here with famous designers all on them, and it was Calvin Klein and oh my God, all of them, Ralph Lauren, and it's just so weird. And they've all been ripped up, they've all been torn out and replaced just by pavement. But those bronze plaques were all along here, and it was a wonderful tribute to the fashion industry. I don't see them anywhere. I don't understand why they ripped them up, and why did they tear them out? I mean, they left the statue here, the wonderful statue of the old Jewish garment worker, yeah, by Judith Weller, of course. I don't understand a toothbrush. Oh dear. Whatever. But I don't understand why they didn't leave those plaques in the sidewalk for all the great designers. They're all gone. They've all been ripped up, and I wonder where they were taken to. So, but here's the button statue, the fabulous button. And I guess I shouldn't stand under it, because maybe that was the concern, was that it was going to come down eventually. Anyway, darlings, you know something? New York, and I've said this a million times, New York was all about change. And people who know me say, oh, Sybil, you just, New York always was about change. It's been 200 years of change. Well, yes, in a way, but the difference is that the change wasn't a pizza parlor or a cafe or a hat shop or a bookstore disappearing and being replaced by a chain of some corporation. It would be replaced by another mom and pop, another privately owned store or shop or cafe. It was more handmade. New York was more about its ethnicity. New York was more about its wonderful heritages all mixing and matching here. And now it's just become one big, well, there you go. One big Bank of America. It's all Bank of America. It's all CVS and Walgreens. It's all, oh God forbid, Wells Fargo, the famous, Gonif bank of all time. A bank that built its reputation on stealing from its clients over and over and over and over again, nationwide. It's so wild how New York just basically eliminated itself. And Rudy Giuliani and his thugs are the ones who are responsible. It was corporate New York and one percenter New York and Wall Street New York and landlord New York that eliminated all of the individual little businesses and companies and restaurants. All that incredible uniqueness is gone. Now it only exists in someone walking by and the aesthetic choices they've made. But the rest of it is mass-produced and the same. No neighborhoods exist individually anymore. Murray Hill is Greenwich Village. Chinatown is Little Italy. All those things that made each place such an amazing world unto itself are gone. And the only charm of Greenwich Village is that, well, most of it is still 6-story brick brick buildings and brownstones, but they've been mostly bought up and turned into, summer homes for people or winter homes or whatever. It's very depressing. I walk around my old neighborhoods, and each with their own memories, and I see that it's all turned into glass and steel. Even old buildings like this have had new facades put on the bottom 4 or 5 floors to, quote unquote, clean them up. So, that's it. I'm heading home to watch the Oscars, and I'm back where I started. I've run to the Upper West Side and to the Greenwich Village today. I'm back at this doomed and bizarre park in the middle of the middle of Hell's Kitchen. Well, not Hell's Kitchen, Times Square. I still can't understand the strategy of this. It's just amazing to me that they would have shut down major arteries for nonsense. God help New York if there's ever a tragedy again like 9/11. Oh well. I will talk to you later, darlings.